Hello, everybody. I had a very, very interesting day yesterday. If you would like to hear about it, then do please stay tuned. Hello, everyone. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Wendy. If you saw me this time yesterday about the same time, you would not have recognized me. I was an auto mechanic yesterday at this time. So, about 3 months ago, or it may not have even been that long ago, I get into my car, I'm somewhere out, and it wouldn't, I was at the convenience store down the street, and it wouldn't start. When I turned the switch over, it would click one time. So I called my girlfriend, tell her I'm stranded. And she's on her way to, pick me up. And something about 5 minutes later said, try the switch again. So I did so, and it started. It turned over and started. So I call her back and tell her, hey, it started. I'll meet you at my house instead. So I haven't had any trouble from my car since. Day before yesterday, I go and get my nails done and my eyebrows and go a couple of other places. And then I get into my car at the bank. I'm at the bank. It will not start. It does the same thing. When you turn the key, it clicks one time. It doesn't do that click, 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 click like it does whenever your battery is bad. Just clicks one time. So the security guard at the bank jumped my car off, and it did take a jump. So I get it home and pull up into the driveway, turn it off, try to start it. It will not start. Will not start at all. So I periodically try for the next 3 hours to go out there and, turn the switch, see if it'll start, and it never did start. So before I had come home, I did stop by O'Reilly's while it was running, and they checked the battery and the alternator with their computer, and it was fine. So they told me it must be the starter. He had to get me to kill the car while he checked the alternator. He checked the battery while it was running. So when I killed the car for him to check the alternator, it would not start back up. Of course, I turned this key and it clicked one time. So he's going to go move his vehicle to come around and jump me off, and something says, hey, try it one more time. And I did so, and it started. So I drove it home, and that's when it would not start. It would not start at all, and I periodically kept trying it, and it would not start. So I was like, okay, I'm going to have to take the starter off this car. I had gone and got an estimate at a shop over here nearby the house, and it was $183. Well, a refurbished starter at O'Reilly's Auto Parts was $97. $97 sure does sound a whole lot better to me than $183. And I did get a degree in machining when I went to trade school because I'm very mechanically inclined. My brain is just set up for that type of thing. I have worked on numerous cars of my own before and changed various parts. On our Ford Taurus, we had to take the entire front of the car off to get to the air conditioner pulley to switch it out to a standard pulley to bypass the air conditioner. So that was the most extreme work I had ever done on a car, was taking the entire front of the car off, which consists of taking the grill off first, taking the headlights out, taking the radiator shroud, which is the metal part that goes over the top of the radiator, off, unhooking the cooling fans and pulling those out. And getting all of that out of the way in order to get to the air conditioner pulley. So I mainly had to do the same thing to my PT Cruiser yesterday. I took the grill off. I was going to vlog, but I didn't want to get my phone or any of my recording devices nasty. So I just decided I would tell you about it today. So I took the radiator shroud off, which is held down by 6 bolts, right on the top of your car. If you look, there's a metal piece that goes across the top of the radiator. And it has 4 to 6 bolts holding it on. I had to take that off. Then I had to unloosen the cooling fan, which is held by 6 bolts. And unhook it. Actually, I pulled it out. You kind of push the radiator towards you a little to get enough room. You just pull that cooling fan out, and then you unhook the plug and set it aside. And then I had a right-on view of the starter. There are 2 connectors that are bolted to the top of the starter that you absolutely have to remember to put those on when you put it back together. One goes along with the power to the battery, and the little green one, I don't know what it runs to. I think the solenoid, but I'm not sure. So I had to borrow a deep well socket from my neighbor, a 15 millimeter, because I didn't have one. And he was amazed that I was out there doing what I was doing, but I had done it before, so I wasn't nervous or anything. So I get the starter off. My neighbor takes me to O'Reilly's. They put it on the machine, and the starter is good. So I'm at a loss here. I'm like, well, I don't know, what else it could be. Do not know. Don't know. So he says, look, let me tell you something. Those connectors can get mighty nasty. Take some alcohol. Clean the connectors before you put it back together. And then put it back together and see what happens. So I bring that good starter back home, and I get my alcohol, and I clean the connectors that go to the top of the starter really, really well because they were dirty. And I cleaned everything that I could see to clean. I put the starter back on. Oh, goodness gracious. I put the cooling fan back on, but I had forgot to plug it up. So I put the radiator shroud back on. I did not put the grill back on. I remembered, hey girl, you didn't plug up the cooling fan. So I took the radiator shroud back off, took the cooling fan back out, plugged it up, put it back in, bolted it back down, put the radiator shroud back on, put the battery tray, and the air filter housing back on, got everything put back together, and said a little prayer. I get into the car, I turn the switch, and it starts right up. I have been to 3 or 4 different places, and it has started right up. So obviously my connectors were absolutely just filthy. Or I've got a mysterious problem that only happens in my car every once in a while. But anyway, that's the kind of day I had yesterday, and I thought that I would tell you about it. Everybody be safe, be kind to one another, and I will see you in my next upload. And a little reminder, prayers for Rosa. Prayers for Rosa, please. She lost her mom. Bye-bye, everybody.